Hi everybody. I'm going to make a reaction of what happened last night. If you were a Lions fan like me, you were sitting in probably a spot of sadness about us losing the NFC Championship game. Now, I had a whole script written out. I had a whole thing projected up, and I had a whole, probably about 10, 15, 20 minute video of exactly what happened. Of everything in line with everything else. And then every time I did it, and every time I would record, it just sounded a little fake, a little unreal. So I said, screw it. This is going to be the rawest of raw. I'm going to make it to where this video is going to tell me, and I'm thinking this is the same thing most Lions fans are feeling today. First off, at this moment, we're sad. We're angry. We have this sense of like we almost lost a long-term girlfriend. Like we spent an entire year of our time fighting and cheering, and I mean the fans have just been loud and proud this entire season. And I mean, Dan Campbell even said it was one of the loudest stadiums in the wildcard game that he's ever heard ever. And I would say that was probably true too, because I had been to the 2013 game, Monday night, our first Monday night game. In nearly 10 years, I was at that game against Chicago, where we had 9 penalties. We put 9 penalties on the Chicago Bears that night because of how loud we were. I would say if that stadium was anywhere close to that level, then I know that all the fans here are amazing, and they probably feel the same things I am feeling right now. If you were coming into this and you're saying, man, what is this guy talking about, blah, 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 you had to go through the entire trip of the season to know and how bad. Right now, my feelings are of the sadness. After this happened, I had that same feeling you did, where it was SOL, same old Lions again. That's what I felt like. I felt same old Lions again. That's why I wanted to do this video one day after, because I wanted to portray this and say this as a more of a clear head than anything else. Now, if you know anything about the Lions, which I do, I bet on the Lions a lot. So I know a lot of the little things that maybe some people don't even know about them. I know they're the worst team in the third quarter. I know this. I knew it so much that I bet on the Lions to lose the third quarter. I did not believe they were going to lose that bad in the third quarter. I was thinking maybe 14 points, 7 points, 10 points. They've always lost the third quarter. They have actually more losses than wins. So if you had that bet with me, congratulations. But I know we're feeling sadness, but in the end, I kind of feel a little hope too. They say that one of the feelings that you should be feeling during a traumatic moment is acceptance. And anybody knows as much as Lion fans know. That's what we do. We accept. But that game gave us so much hope. And it should give you hope too for next year. Maybe I started this video as a reaction, and now I'm starting this video as just trying to keep your guys' hopes up as much as I can. Because right now, we went through a season where we were supposed to win the NFC North. The NFC North. We were supposed to dominate that division, and we didn't. And I didn't even think. My prediction on the year was that we were going to lose to the Packers. Not because I thought the Packers were better, which later I'm going to do a video on Jordan Love and how everybody is incorrect on how great he is, but because it's SOL every time. Plus, the Green Bay Packers had the easiest schedule in the entire league, and they were so happy to make the playoffs. There is a reason why Jordan Love got punished in the divisional. Again, I'll make a video on that. Anyways, this is back to the video at hand. I am frustrated. I am angry. I am upset. Probably the same as all of you. But remember that feeling that we had in the wild card game. I, as much as many Lions fans that I have spoken with, cried that day because we saw the first win in most of our lives. Most of us. That was our lives. And most of us, that was our first win that we saw in a playoff game. And if you are like me, and you are somewhere in your 30s, you would know that my first game ever was the NFC Championship game against that team from Washington way back in the early 90s. That was my first remembrance of a game as a child. I was 7 years old, I believe, at the time. I remember that game. That was the game that made me a fan. And I went through the Barry, era. I went through the Calvin Johnson era, the Stafford era, the ups, the 0-16, the making the playoffs, losing. But remember, folks, here's the high of the high. We won the playoff games, good. But now, next year, this is what we got to look for. Now we got a new record to break. Winning away. Because we have not won a game away since the 90s. Actually, I think even before that time. I even said, if we can get the number 1 seed, we will go all the way to the Super Bowl this season. Just remember, keep your hopes up. We have amazing players coming back next year. Laporta, Gibbs, Goff. I know what you guys are going to say about Goff too. And I would say this. If Goff has one issue that he has to clean up, it's that pressure throwing. His balls were not on target during the NFC Championship game. The drop balls, the pressure on that situation. Reynolds dropping. I don't know if Reynolds is going to come back next season. Not because I think he had the key 2 drop balls in that game. But I think because of we might be able to get a new receiver. One good hope that I have of this is I have hope on our season for what is next. J-Mo balled out. J-Mo balled out. I saw him make catches with his hands now. Not his gut. Not catching it into his belly like he normally does. He made catches with his gut. Now, yes, he did drop the touchdown pass that we actually needed to keep us in that game. But most people were dropping the ball. Gibbs fumbling the ball. Us making small mistakes. Yes, his fumble was a handoff that was incorrect. But that's hope. Remember that first half. That first half, everyone was catching everything. I would think the biggest problem too is they didn't give it to Amon-Ra, the sun god. You give it to the sun god. I get it. The sun was setting in Santa Clara. I get it. You were thinking maybe the sun set, so we can't throw it to him. No, throw it to his butt. Please. He needs it. He was our best receiver, and he still dropped the ball. That's how you knew. That's how you knew something was up with that team. Something was pressuring them. I think Dan Campbell's going to come back next season ready and willing and able. So I know, in conclusion, I was a little offset, jumping around. Maybe I make another video that states, my feelings of the entire season. And maybe I should do that. I'm still trying to think of all of my thoughts that I have right now of this game. I feel just like my long-term girlfriend basically dumped me, and I just wanted to just lay in bed all day. But the good part is I feel hope in the end too. And maybe this video is more of just thoughts and feelings and making sure and an outlet for me. And maybe it's an outlet for you too. And maybe only one person sees this video, and I don't care. If one person sees it, I needed to make this video. So I thank you guys. I hope that I can just continue with this and keep making videos for the Lions, because I'm excited about sports again. The Lions give me hope for sports. Newcastle United gives me hope for sports now again. You know, you take a beating so many years, and you kind of just don't want to get up, because it's like, oh my God, it's the Lions again. Oh my God, it's this again. Oh my God, it's this again. But I think I'm okay with it. And you should be too. You should be proud of the Lions. They did a great job. And when most teams would be like, oh, we won the division, we remember that feeling we had when we actually won the division, how proud we were. And then when we won a playoff game, and how proud we were. So next year, when we go into the season, don't act like we've been here before, like Barry always says. Act like we've never been here before. Because what's going to happen is, if we bring the roar again, like we did this season, this time, San Francisco, I hope you better bring everybody back and then upgrade yourself, because we are going to come at you with everything. And then we are going to learn from our second half, our third. And I know some players are going to leave, some coaches are going to leave. Our offensive coordinator has been tied to the team from Washington, the Commanders. So I hope he stays, but if he doesn't, we'll do our best. Thank you guys again. I hope this helped, because it actually is helping me out a lot. So we'll see you guys next time for some more Lions football for next season. I'll try to get more videos out there, but until next time, see you later.